So in the previous lab, we had looked into shifting data and how these help in communicating between one register, okay, to another register, right? So today we'll be looking into basically two programs. In one program, we're going to see the extensive use of instructions, okay, and here also we are going to kind of look into the operation of each instruction, and this is going to be the exchange of data between two memory locations, right? So here in the first program, okay, we'll be seeing that the initial declarations are given, and we have certain address given to R0, R1, R2, okay, and how exactly we are going to use these instructions, okay, and what are these instructions used for. So what I thought, instead of doing it in this way, we will directly get into the application, and as we get into execution, okay, so meanwhile you'll be able to understand the program. So the first program here is the use of all these instructions, okay, how these instructions are used, and how can data be transferred from one memory location to another, right? We are just moving data between memory locations, but here we are going to exchange, okay, whatever was in R0, the data that is going to be transferred to R1. So intermediately I'm going to use a register for that, and I'm going to use a count, okay, and how with the help of this num equation 8, okay, how I'm going to actually explore this option, right? So let us just look into that. All of you are able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, towards the left hand side.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So the same data transfer program I have typed in here, okay, and we will see, okay, how this is actually executed. So I'm going to add the existing file, right? First we're going to do a transfer, yeah, this file, so I'm going to add it there. So this is going to be added in your project, right? So once it's added, you can also see the icon changes, okay. You can see that here it's a plain white icon, and once you add, okay, the icon changes. Let me just remove this, okay. Please observe this section here, okay. You'll be able to see that how changes happen to its icon, okay. Yeah, see, it's going to become a plain white icon. So in that way, one way, that's one easy way to understand which files are added if you have multiple tabs, yeah. Transfer, okay. So we know that these programs are linked, okay. The startup file is linked to data transfer, okay. So initial declarations, and yeah, let me probably first save it, and build it. Yeah, I've got 0 errors, which is good. Translate is done. Now I'm doing a build, okay, fine. Let's get into debug mode. Okay, so now the initial declarations are given here, fine, and we're going to give register R0 with this location. So I am telling that R0 is going to have an address of 0x2 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 zeros, right? So this is going to be the location of R0. So what you can do here at the bottom, you can see you have call plus call stack plus locals, and you have memory. So just click on this memory tab here, right? And you can find that this window will come up, right? So over here, what I'm going to do is, okay, since R0 is a value here, R0 is a register here, I need to give in some value. So I will just type that address here, and press enter. So as soon as I press enter, you can see that 0x2 and then 7 zeros. So this is from where it starts. This is the location from where it starts. When you double click on it, you have an option to edit. So I will just give in some value there, and so I'm just giving in some value. Okay. And yeah, now let us get back to the program. Fine. Okay, so we have certain address assigned to R0, and the value is given here in the memory. Okay, now next R1. Okay, R1 is actually specifying to 16. So let me go to 16. So here also you can see it's all zeros. Let me probably have it only till 4. Yeah, so that 5 will continue from there. So this is 16, right? 16. So I will just continue, my data here, and just give some values. Okay, fine. So values are given, and next R2. R2 is actually specifying to an address which is 42. Fine, let me go there to 42, and let me just give some value, probably 1. Okay, so the reason why we are doing this program is so that you understand what is happening, how to use instructions, right? Now let us start the execution. You have option where the step option, step by step you're going to execute. So I'm going to use F11 for that, right? So yeah, so now you can see that R0 is having some value here. Okay, and as soon as we start executing, right, so you can see that the change is going to happen here in R0, right? So it is updated. So R0 is now updated as the value here which we have given, right? Now R1 is going to be changed to 16. So these are the addresses that we are giving, right? And R2, you can see here it is all zeros, right? So now it's going to be loaded with a new address, right? Now from here, it starts loading, okay, loading the lower 16-bit of data from R4 to R2. So which means from R2 we are moving to R4. Okay, so this is a load instruction. When we are using store, it becomes the reverse, right? So in load, whatever value that we have given in R2. Okay, now one thing you should keep in mind is whenever there is a square bracket there, then the contents are only varied. Okay, it is pointing to an address location, and in that address I'm going and changing, or I'm going to just extract the data from that address. Okay, so it is just like it is picking up some value from R2's address, and it is moving that value to R4 register. Okay, so R2, if you can remember what we had given, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that should be moving on to R4. So let me just execute it. Okay, right. So you have here in R2 exactly, we had given 1, right? So this 1 you can see, okay, we had given 1. So that 1 has been moved to R4. Okay, so the value whatever was there in R2, 1 has been moved to R4. So R4 here has been updated with 1. Now next let us see how this instruction is going to happen. Now this is telling us to load, okay, load the information with whatever is in R0 to R3. Okay, so whatever is in R0's address, what is R0's address pointing to? It is pointing to 0 0. Okay, 2 and then 7 zeros. So you can even see it from your left hand side, your register bank here. Okay, so from this register bank also you'll get an idea. Fine, so let me just execute this. Okay, and you'll be able to see that, you know, whatever was the contents there, I had given 1 1, right? So 1 1 has been transferred to R3, right? 1 1 has been transferred to R3. Now if I have to see the next one, okay, next one, R3, whatever is the value, okay, it will be stored in R1's address. Okay, R1's address. So which means R1, whatever data was there, okay, that is going to be replaced, right? That is going to be stored. Whatever was in R3, that will move to R1, right? Right, so you can see that, you know, it has moved, and you are seeing here that, you know, add r0 comma #1. So which means r0 was first pointing to 0 0, right? And now it is going to the next location, which is 0 1. Okay, 0 0. Since I have used add r0 comma #1, so this r0 will be moving to the next location. Okay, so that it can take the next byte of information, right? And since I moved r0, I need to even add 1 to r1. So r1 is here as 16, right? So let us see, it becomes 17, right? And now similarly, what we do is we try to add r3 because we are using r3 also. So 11 became 12. So now the reverse process, right? You know, the process continues, whatever was there. See here, we are storing from R3 to R1 and here R3 to R0. So which means, you know, we are trying to manipulate the data. We are trying to change the data, right? So now whatever was in R3, that has to move to R0. Okay, fine. So now we are using R4. So R4, you know, I had given 1, right? If you can remember, yeah, 1, it's here. You can see that 1 is here. And we have an instruction here, which is add R4 comma -1. So what is going to happen is whatever is in R4, that will be decremented. It will be given -1. So if it's given -1, so which means we should be able to see the changes here happening. Okay, so let me just press F11. Okay, so you can see that from 1, R4 has become 0. Now it will compare. Okay, it will try to compare with 0. Is R4 equal to 0? If yes, okay, if equal, then it will move to the next. So next is here, and R5, we are giving some value in R5. Suppose it is not 0. Okay, suppose it is not 0, then what it will do is it will again come back and it will it will start its loop. So it is referring to up here. So up it will come and it will start referring to the loop. So now let us go again. We will just press F11. Okay, so it is checking, yes, the 0. One more thing you should keep in mind is whenever we're using this branch if equal compare, so 0 flags are considered. Okay, 0 flags are checked. If 0 flag is set, okay, if it's equal, okay, then it will move on to the next loop. So the loop name here is next, so it will go to next. Fine. So here now R5, you can see R5 is 0. So R5 we are giving a value here. Okay, we are giving a value 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we're giving this value. So which means you should be able to see that value coming up here in a register bank. Okay, so after the execution, you saw that these values have entered R5. Now these are different types of storing instructions, right? So when you say store strb, okay, so which means the lower byte, okay, the lower, which means the first 16, the lower side is actually transferred from R5 to R1. So which means it's going to be 78, the LSB, right? So remember, we were studying about the Little Indian concept as to how data is stored. So now you can see, let me go to R1. R1 is right now pointing to 17. Yeah. So R5's value should be updated in R1. So let me just execute it. Okay. So you can see that this 78 has come here. Okay. Whatever was there here for R5 in the last. Okay. So that has been transferred to R1's location. So R1's location right now is 17, right? Because we used add. So 16 became 17. So that's why I'm seeing in 17. So this 78 has come. Now again, if I use strh, okay, so which means 16 bits is going to be transferred. Okay, that is 16, half of the 16. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to increase the location of R1. So which means I am actually pointing it to R1 comma #1. So to this location, okay, to this location, I am sending the data of R5 to R1 because R1 already has data here in 17, right? So R+1. So which means I should be able to see the data here in my memory bank. Okay, in my memory display. So you can see that 7856. So initially it was only 78, right? Only the first, the least byte was transferred using strb. So when I use strb, okay, only 78 was transferred. Now when I use strh, okay, so what is happening? You can see that 7856. So 5678 is transferred. So the lower half is actually sent. Now we will just use str. So if I use str directly, what is going to happen? It is actually going to point to R1 plus 4. So this is R1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so from here, okay, R1 plus 4, after that I should be able to see the numbers getting updated here. Okay, so let me just execute. So you can see that, see, after 4 locations, okay, so R1 comma #4. So R1 was referring to 17. So I then after 4 locations. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4 locations, what is str doing? It is transferring the whole data. Okay, it is transferring the whole data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The whole data is transferred. So when we are using this load and store instructions, okay, you should understand that it is as good as push and pop, like how we were seeing in microcontrollers and microprocessors, right? And now it is going to check, okay, if it has to stop, and then you have seen the execution as to how these instructions are vital in moving data from one point to another point, right? So any doubts here, students? Have you understood? Right? So the new thing here that you're going to do here is you're going to click on this memory tab, and you're going to go to this location R0, R1, R2. You can play around with data. I've just given one. You can give whatever data you want. R0, you can give some other data. Okay, and you practice. Fine. Is that clear, students? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So now what we'll do is we will stop the debug and we'll go with the next one. Okay, we use data exchange. Right. So the motive here in this program is I'm going to give some value here in R0, R1, okay, and here 8 bytes of instructions will be transferred. So that is num equal 8, okay, So this num is connected here. So 8 will directly come here, and that will be moved to R2, right? R5 we are giving 0, so that we just want to clear it out. Then this is the new type. I think you have you all studied this kind of instruction set? Base plus indexed addressing modes in microcontrollers. Have you come across all of this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever is the base register here. So R0 is going to be the base here, and R5 is going to be the index. So whatever is the addresses here, it will be added, and that is actually loaded. So the value is loaded. And if you can see store is going to be the reverse operation. Value of R3 is actually moving to the pointer, pointed with R1 and R5 together. And similarly, we're going to subtract R2. Okay, R2 here is 8. So 8 minus 4. And we're going to add R5 because R5 needs to store data. So first 4 bytes and then next 4 bytes. So we're taking 50-50% of the data, and then we're going to check. Fine. So let's get into the debug mode. Before that, I will just build the target. Fine. We have 0 errors. Get into debug mode. So this is referring to 0, 0. I'll be going here to 0, 0. Okay. And I have pressed enter. So I have all zeros here. So maybe what I will do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we will give 8. How is it a byte? It's a byte because 1 is represented as in binary 0, 0, 0, 1. So that is 4 bits. And then again 1 is represented as 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, 1, 1. That's how it's represented. So 4 plus 4, I have 8 bits, which is 1 byte. Okay, so here, as I mentioned, we have 8. So I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. So R0, I'm going to R0's location and I'm giving some data here. Then I will go to R1's location to see. See, before you start executing, you have to give data here, input. Okay, so keep that in mind. To see. Yeah, in 2C, I will just give some random data like 1F, something, if anything. Then maybe to E, I will give so that we know we can recognize that this data is exchanged. So don't give same data to both the registers. You will not be able to identify if it's exchanged or not. Try to give some different values. Okay, so that you can identify. So here we have 8 values, right? Just for the simplicity, I have put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 along with alphabets, right? And in the previous one, what did we have? We had all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I will do is I'll keep this window as it is here so that you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is for 2C because A is here, B is here. So 2C starts from here. So 2C's data is here and 0, 0 data is here, right? I hope you're understanding. Any doubts, feel free to ask. So you can see 0, 0 is here. Okay, so this is our R0 data and 2C location is here. So these two, we will be focusing on. right? Fine. So now that we have given our data, as usual, I'm going to use F11 so that we do it step by step. So you can see R0 here. Okay, so R0 is going to change or update its address, right? So R0's address has been updated, and R1's address will be updated now. Yes, it is done, right? And now you can see that, R2, move R2 comma hash num. So whatever 8 was there, that has come and it has got into R2. Okay, it is stored in R2 register. Fine. And then now it is moving 0 to R5. Now R5 value is anyway 0, but just for the process, what we do is, if in case some value is there in the register, we would like to clear them out, so we just put it as 0. Now the loading operation is happening, right? So R3's data, okay, so that will be moved into the location which is pointed, okay, the R0 and R5, whatever it is pointed here, okay, that will be moved into R3. Okay, so now here we can actually go to R3 and check. So we will see here, it will be updated what is the value of R3. So you can see that 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. Okay, so these are taken. You can see that it's in red, isn't it? It's in red, and that is actually moved to R3. Okay, to R3. Right. So again, moving on, we take the other value and put it in R4. Okay, so whatever we had given in R1, 1F, 2E, right? 1F, 2E, 3D, 4A. So that is moved to R4. So this, whatever is here, that is moved to R4. Okay. So next, we're going to, this is where the swapping happens. Load and store is basically used for that, right? So R3's value now will be moving to R1, and R4's value will be going to R0. Now you can see R1 was actually here, right? So R1's value. So this is where the swapping happens using this 4 instructions, which is load and store. Okay, so you can see now, the data is going to get changed, right? So you can see it was 1F, right? 2E, 3D. So this data is first set has come here, right? Now what we are going to do, we are going to increase, or we are going to subtract R2 from 4. Now R2 is actually like a count, so which means half of our data is exchanged, right? So this 11, 22, 33, 44 were all here, but then now it is shifted to 2C, right? So now it is pointing to the next set, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's why I am actually telling that out of 8, half is done. Okay, so now I'm going to add R5 with 4. Okay, so that it moves to the next 4 locations. Okay, so you can see that here R5. Okay, R5 is 4. Now it will check if it is equal or not, branch if equal. If it's not equal, then again it will get back here, and the same process, the loading operation happens. So loaded 5, 6, 7, 8 is loaded. Okay, and then next 5, 5B, 6C, 7E, 8C has happened, and then the next step is exchange. Okay, so you can see that 6, 7, 8 came here. Okay, and 5, 6, 7, 8 came down here. Now it is going to subtract R2, right? R2 was 8, so 4 we had already minus, then again 4 will minus, it becomes 0. Okay, and yeah, at this point of time R5 4 is not needed, so it is going to check if it's equal or not when it's subtracted. Yes, it's equal. Okay, so what is going to happen? The next instruction is going to get executed, which means it's going to stop and the execution ends. So whatever data, 11, 22 till 88, whatever we had here in 0, that is R1's location, has been transferred, R0's location, sorry, has been transferred, okay, to R1, and R1's data has been transferred to R0's location. So, in this way, you can understand how these instructions work and how to make the best use of these. Okay, now we might tell you instead of 8 you can use probably some other number, use some other data here. Okay, so all this can be done, fine, for your examination point of view. So any doubts here, students? Is it clear? Yes. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. So now start executing and you can start practicing. If any doubts, you can always feel free to get back, and we will sort out whatever doubts that you have. Okay.